Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to be doing some Jeep stuff. So right here we've got, oh, that. Got a knife? Sure do. So here's what we're working with. Come on. We're doing the rear shocks. So just a simple mono tube, nothing too terribly crazy, but from what I've been able to find out online, these are like these are kind of like a budget Fox 2.0. So these are more for like daily drivability, comfort level, right? Obviously Fox is better quality all around, but we're going to be installing these on the back end of this today. And of course, I'll walk you through, show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. Location of the shocks, get that out of the way. Location of the shocks right there. So this will be tube metal side down, rod will go up. Kind of sort of the same as the front, basically. Ew, already dirty. All right, so I'm gonna go find me a couple sockets and some tools, and I'll be right back. All right. All right, we're back after some heavy fighting and heavy battles. We got it off. which involved a lot of PB blasts here. The bottom one came off really nice and easy. That top one, I'll tell you right now, was not a lot of fun at all. So now we can take the new one here. Now, there is a trick to doing this. So, where's the bolt? There it is. All right, so the idea behind this is that you want to zip the top in, not too tight. Let's see, it was plastic at the top, metal at the bottom, so we're going to go like this for the top. Pop that old thing up in there. Maybe. Interesting. Or does it go this way? Oh. I wonder if they got tweaked. Got to bend that out a little bit. So this just in. I'm stupid. I was trying to install the shock behind the shock mount. We're just gonna play it cool, you know. So what was I saying? It's metal on bottom. Well, I don't know where that shut off at. Camera battery died, so I had to pull up the external battery. Get some fresh gloves on a minute. So, where I left off is I am threading the nut onto the back of this bolt here. Oh, wrong way. So that way I've still got, obviously, some maneuverability, right? And I can still freely swing this, because when I cut that strap, oh, there's no way that that lines up perfectly. Oh, that is phenomenal. Last time I bought these shocks, they were fully compressed. And so to pop them in, it ended up being a real pain. There's no way. Oh, it's fantastic. Well, I think for right now, I'm going to kind of leave it as loose as it is. Until we start doing the whole torquing down of certain bits and bobs. Let's move that back a little bit. Which seems, that's about where they're at. Where's my Rancho? Hello? Okay then, I guess breaker bar it is. Can only go one way, right? Give her a couple of the old ugga-duggas. This ugga-dugga just Shoot, that ain't going nowhere. Whew. Well, now that this side's done, I'm gonna torque it down and then move on to the next side. And I'll probably do a time lapse of that one. But 21 millimeter wrench onto the back of the shock. You will not be able to use the open end. You have to, or you won't be able to use the box end. You have to use the open end. 21 millimeter socket on these bolts. That's all you need. The wheels, the lug nuts are 21, so you're working with an impact, a breaker bar, and yeah, all 21 millimeter. So it's pretty easy. I'm gonna move stuff around, get stuff buttoned up here, and then yeah, we'll switch over to the other side. And just like the other side, I think we're gonna do, yeah, we did the top one first and the last one. This one's been compressed a little bit more, so this one won't be as easy of a straight drop in. Okay. See if I can, I don't think I'll be able to. So when this strap goes, trying to find a good way to hold it and prop it up. Okay. As of right now, it's stopped. Oh, crap. Missed it. All right. So I'm going to have to work that back up. Luckily, it's stopped right here on the body. It hasn't gone past that. So I don't have to work it up too much, but I will have to muscle this a tiny bit to get it to work back up and get it in, get the bolt into the hole. So I'll check back in once I got that done. Whew. Well, it took a little bit of figuring out, but we got it in. How did I do it? Basically, so it's on jack stands right now, right? So I took an actual floor jack, lifted up this side, which this axle stays down when that happens. So I just pivoted until I could get underneath this, which is a V4 air jack, compressed it as far as I could, and quickly, popped it out, got it sitting right back in there again, and we just worked it in with a pry bar. But the good part is that it's in, and I don't know what happened to my other nut. Oh, it's right there. I would say that it's not hard, but it can be tricky. That's my general takeaway. Anybody could do it if you've got any type of mechanical knowledge. Anybody can do this. Ugh. Is it frustrating? Yeah, it can be. We had one shock that was easy. We had one shock that was easy going on, hard coming off. This one was easy coming off, hard going on. Which, you'll get that on these big jobs. Kind of stand up for this one. All right, well, I'm gonna get this thing jacked back up, and then we're gonna go take it for a test drive. So I'll see you once we start driving. All right, so we are on our test drive. If you notice the clothing change, of course, stopped at home and got ourselves a shower, washed off all the shop grime, which, I don't know, it was maybe a mile or so, but within that mile, I couldn't really tell much of a difference. I don't think I'll be able to once I hit the freeway or some of the dirt roads. But I would say that as of right now, it feels the same as stock, other than my placebo just telling me that at least the front and back match. And of course, there is nothing in the back right now, so I'm not expecting there to be like a dramatic difference. I'm not expecting a change. You know, I'm not expecting it to feel like I just put $4,000 worth of shocks on it. Well, so far on the freeway, I do notice it feels a little bit more like a rail. At around 75, it feels far more planted than it did before. Now, I'm also assuming that's probably because these things are brand new, they don't have any miles on them. So once they settle, the ride may change. Getting on the brakes, I did also notice that maybe it dive bombs a little bit less, so you know, a little less of this when you're really getting on them. I don't know, overall, if you can get your hands on them in stock form, I think they're a great upgrade from stock. I mean, you're not going to get massive improvement over stock, but I think they're worth checking out. I think that they're worth the buy. I got mine from Extreme Terrain. Got them in, I think, 3 to 4 days. $92 each. I do know that they do have some that available for lifts. But if you're putting a 2 to 3 inch lift, would I go with these? Maybe not necessarily. I think that there are better quality options out there. You know, go to some Bilsteins or splurge and go with the Fox. Specifically, you know, the Fox 2.0s. I think that those are a great buy. I've driven a couple of Jeeps that have had Fox. I drove a Jeep that had Falcons, and yeah, those are very, very different compared to what these are. But overall, it's totally worth the buy. And with that being said, I'm going to punch out because I got to go pick up the kiddo. We got to do some birthday celebrations. And yeah, we'll see what's on the docket for mods later on. But as of right now, this was probably the most pressing matter so far. But I appreciate you guys tuning in this time, and we'll catch you in the next one.